Okay. So now we will create some custom field. So for custom field creation, I'll open /o AC11. Now we all know for creation of custom field, first we have to create a domain, then we have to create data type. So I'm not going to create separate domain and data type because we have few custom fields already created. Okay, so we have already created some custom fields. So like those which we created for bit, those we are going to use for uh, use in the seat class. Okay, so let's find some custom field which are already created. Say let's find a domain uh, ZDM star. How many custom fields we created? So say uh, say volume and plan ID. Okay, these two field I'm going to use, volume and plan ID. Okay, so volume plan ID. So here the seat class for addition into seat class, there is a separate database table. Okay, there is separate structure. Remember for bit class we had this structure ci underscore fkk bix bit underscore it. For uh, for seat class also there is a structure, I think ci underscore fkk bix seat. Okay, c capital, go to display. So already these many custom fields are already added. So I will add, okay, volume is, oops, volume and plan ID are already added. I'll add few more. Okay, so let me check if this custom this structure is mentioned in that. uh,
Technical ID you can add, Prabodhan.
I'll add, let me find if this uh, mentioned or not. ci underscore fkk big seat. Oh, okay, it, no, no, why it is select customer field. To add customer field, first you have to create a one for this T code AC11. You can also why IT, I there was no IT, right? Let me check. Okay, it is incorrect up to here. Okay, CIFKK big seat. Okay, up to here, so it has added for big bit, that was CIFKK big bit underscore IT. For seat there is no IT. Okay, by mistake it is mentioned as IT. So let me add, okay, technical ID. Let me add edit display mode. Go to display mode. Let me find one ZDE star. I'll find something which is data element which is not added here. Technical ID you mentioned. Okay, let me use this one. ZDE tech ID. It is not used now. So ZDE tech ID. I'll call it ZZ tech underscore ID. One more field I'll add. This is types. One more field ZDE star data element. Uh, these are not created by me, but anyways, I can use their ID also. Say project number or something like that. Okay, let me use amount field also. This is currency. This is amount field. Okay, so I don't know whether the attributes are correct or not. Let me try. Total amount. Okay, ZZ amount. Okay, save and activate. uh, okay, amount has some error. Okay, for amount you have to specify a reference field. Okay, reference field, attribute component there is one reference field you have to add. Here. So whenever you copy an amount, it will ask you put a reference. Okay. So where can I put a reference from? So I'll put a reference to any table which has amount field. Okay. So I'll do the reference from. So here I'll save and I'll come back. Any existing table, say any existing table which has some amount field. Say this one, selected entries, database tables. So this table will be generated. Okay, later. Once the bit class is activated, this table will be generated. I'll go to the table and I'll look for some amount field where I have some decimal and all matching. Let me check what uh, slash show. Is it like how many currency does it show here? Okay, 7. Length is 7 only. This I may not find a match because ideally for amount it is 13 and 2. Okay, so for example, if I try to find slash show AC11 and I try to find um, uh, star Z102 star, say I look for my 2IT table, 2IT or my 4IT00. Here the amount field doesn't have amount, bit amount. Okay, I'll have to find control F amount. It is 13 and 2. Okay, so I may not find a match because it was created with 7 and 2. If I do this reference, let me try to do this reference. If I try to do the reference of this one, so what I have to do, I will use this table. In the reference I will do, this is the reference table and this is the reference field, but still there will be discrepancy because here it is mentioned as 7 and 2, but this field has 13 and 2. Okay, let's try to do it. Save and activate. Error because it is not matching. Okay, so to avoid confusion, either I have to go back in this field, I have to remove from 7.2 to 13.2, but this was not done by me, so I'll not change. So two option, either change it to 13 and 2 or find a find a field which has 13.2. Standard field will never have 13.2. Standard field will have standard field will never have 7.2. Okay, so to avoid confusion, I'll not add these field. Okay, so in the component I'll just remove this. I'll remove the amount field. Instead of amount field, I'll use something which will not cause any confusion. I hope you got it why I removed the amount field. Okay, so I'll remove in apps, I mean, uh, I don't know whether date format is taken correctly. Any date,
Item
currency.
ID. Item ID we can take. That will be
Item ID. No, numerical. I don't want to use
okay.
numerical. Okay, just I'll use character. Character is safer. Okay, network. I don't see network here. I'll use network. Okay,
Okay.
because date also DDMMYYY or DDMMYY. So the length is matching or not. The reference I may not find. Okay, so let me use a network. Network is character, and I don't see a network here. So I'll put network. Easier. Okay, ZZ network. Save and activate. No error. Okay, object activated. Now the moment I activate the object, now these fields are eligible for to be added in the my seat structure. Okay, so I'll make sure we are in display mode and we go back to our seat class. I'll come out of the other seat class and our seat class is Z102. Okay, selected entries, go to the customer field here. Now in the F4, 15 entry will appear and we have 8 entries in this CI FKK big sheet. What are the other 7? Okay, I see couple of standard fields 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, these are the standard fields. How the standard fields are available in the customer. So the Z ones are here. Okay, so I added network and what I add apart from network, take ID here. But why? How come the standard fields are also being shown in the customer fields? Okay, I'll check that. So I added network, then network, then I did take ID, I guess. Then apart from network, what I did, take ID, and
Technical ID, yeah.
I'll also choose volume. Say volume. So voice minutes is there. Let me add voice minutes also. Although I'll not use this, but just adding here and the volume. Okay, 4 custom fields I added. Save. Go back. So custom fields are added. Now in the database table also, this table will be formed once I save and activate the bit class, seed class. Activation will take some time, but not as long as, I mean, not compared to what we have seen in bit class activation. Bit class generation took longer time. This will be shorter because it will not create those many tables like we had payment item, main item, tax item, text item. All those stuff are not here. If you want to, again, if you want to add more table, you can click on this add, which we did 4IT00, 4IT01, because time based consumption will we bifurcate the number of tables. Okay, I'm not doing it here. If required, like in bit we did. So this is done. So this is in new status, then save and act. So you can also look for a consistency check if things are fine. Consumption item class is consistent, then click on activate. So the backend tables are getting activated now. Same step, activate, generate, regenerate. That's it. The tables and structure are getting created. Okay. It is now activated, but it is not generated. Okay, next step similar to that. So it has become like the icon became active. You come out of here. So this is also active here, but in the next screen, generate, like we did for billable item class, generate interfaces for billable item class. Now here it is, generate interface for consumption item class. Come here and we generate. Here you'll see it is not active. Z102 not active. Okay, so it is new new status. Okay, so now click on generate. Again, you have to wait for some time. The views and all it is creating. So here also we earlier saw 1FE/1FE. When I create the bit class tables, it was 1FE. For seat class tables, it will be 1FC. Okay. I'll decode the naming convention of the seat class. Let it get generated first. So it got activated, took shorter time compared to the bit class generation. And the last step, so this time today 7:30, with this user the seat class is generated. The last step is here, generate maintenance dialog for seat class. It was same only for bit class also. Now add my seat class C102 and click on generate. It will not take longer time. Already existing generator objects are deleted and created again. Do you want to run the generation now? Click on yes. Generation complete. Okay, so now you will see the tables, backend tables that are generated. So if I go back to the maintain consumption item classes Z102 and I go to the database tables, I see this is a table. I mean, there are other tables also. So this is a table which is generated. So double click on this table. It will not have any entry, but it will have the custom fields assigned. Come down. So I chosen voice minute, volume, network, and technical ID. So directly with custom field I generated in case of for our um, bit class, we first generated without the custom fields. We did a one round of billing, invoicing, and all. Then I added the custom fields. So we had to regenerate. Okay, so generation that time, it we have to wait it twice. So here I, to avoid that, in first instance itself I added the custom fields, because although it doesn't take longer time compared to bit, so I think we waited 10 minutes or so for bit class generation. So this is one table. Now let's decode the table names. Okay, the table name was also weird for bit class also. So what is how the table name is generate? So it says activate configuration, generate interface item for bit class, generate maintenance dialog. Okay, activate consumption item class. Then here the tables.
Yeah, Sabudra,
Yes.
for the seats, right? This is only for partners. For partners will
No,
generate seats
not
or
necessary that your seat will be created for partner only. You can have
Hmm.
normal seat also. Okay, this is an example. Partner is an example of seat. There can be others normal seat also. For
Okay, for
customer
customer.
also you can have seat.
Okay.
Okay, now the table is decoded here. The naming convention of seat table data seat class database table, it is like /1 fc 0. Up to here it is fixed. /1 fc/0 it is fixed. Next, HCOS is the class name. In our case, Z102. So up to here it is fixed. Next four character is our class name Z102. Now we have different status. Remember we had 0 for raw, 1 for billable, sorry, 2 for billable, 1 for raw accepted, like that. Here also we have statuses. So then we have seed status. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 0 means raw, 1 means raw accepted, 2 means unrated, 3 means rated accepted, and 4 means rated. Okay, remember in bit class 4 was build. The output of final output of bit is final status of bit was build. Similarly, the final status of seat will be rated. Okay, so here the tables will be there. So here if you open, so uh, 400, so this is rated. Okay, last means rated, 400 means rated. So before that, 000, 100, 200, 300, like that, different statuses. For each status, different table will be formed. And these are the different statuses. uh, you already know, just I'll quickly go through this. Raw means the raw status indicates that consumption item does not contain complete information, or values in these fields can be changed. These items does not eligible for rating process. These items should be transferred to status 2 unrated, to be considered for rating process. Okay, so like from raw items we cannot bill. From raw I have to change it to billable, then only I can bill. Here also from raw I have to change to unrated, then I can rate. Okay, then raw accept means it went to raw and I can accept it. Okay, the items with the status are missing some fields or value is incorrect. For such item it to be considered for rating status should be restored or unrated. So I will accept the raw item, I can accept. The exception reason, restoration reason will configure tomorrow. Then the status, this is equivalent to billable. For bit it is billable, for seat it is unrated. These items with these, the items with this status indicates that the information content is complete and consistent. These items only considered for rating. Okay, only the unrated items can be rated. Similarly, only the billable items can be billed. Okay, then rated accepted. Even after rated, I can accept it. This status is generally obtained by consumption item when rating is reversed. Okay, so I rated, then I came to know, so we have to do re-rating this scenario. I told you there can be scenario that I have rated, then before rating the business logic, calculation logic in CC was incorrect. So I will fix the business calculation logic and I will reverse the rating, then again, so it will become unrated state. Now this time when I perform the rating, it will consider the new business logic, new calculation logic, and my this time rating will generate the correct billable item. Okay, so this is what this is unrated, sorry, this is rated accepted. Okay, and finally rated status is obtained by items when the rating operation performs successfully on them. That is, once they are rated, the billable item will be generated. Okay, so we'll stop here, we'll continue from here. Consumption item is not finished in one day, so we'll continue with consumption item tomorrow also. Okay, thank you so much, see you tomorrow,
Thank
bye.
you, Sabudra.
Yeah.